Hello, welcome to a slightly different type of video today. We're doing a Sorare video. I'm going to be very honest, I only started doing this website about 10 days ago. A quick rundown. I started it because I know what it is and I feel like I can do okay with it. But I'm doing this recording on Sunday afternoon in the US, and there's only two games tomorrow, and that is Man United Bournemouth and Rayo Vallecano Real Betis. So only England and Spain. The Real Madrid game is just finished about an hour ago for me, and you can see in the bottom right I had 3 players assigned to that sort of game. My plans kind of went out the window a bit for it, but I'll explain. So all I'm going to do is, you can see over here, we're right on track for 2.5k and one fire. I thought I might as well do a video because I can do a weekly video on this. But starting off, we had a very good Premier League one. I can't lie, Aston Villa kind of let me down with conceding in the first minute because it kind of fucked up Maatsen and Marco Bizzo. But we were saved because Maatsen had a pretty good game, but obviously Nunez got assisted Haaland's first goal and he got a couple. It boosted us to a good 350, just under the 360, which was frustrating. But this one kind of just went to shit. I can't lie. We ended up with 311, which actually wasn't that bad. But I expected Garnacho to have a better game than Pedro Neto, and it was roles reversed. Zubimendi, I expected this to be a way different game to 2-1. And the same as this, he lost the clean sheet. He lost the clean sheet because they conceded in the 90th minute, and I was fuming. But overall, that's not bad with only one game left. So, secondly, Ligue 1 in France. This one just went horribly wrong. This was a good choice. I expected this to be fairly okay. I expected Chevalier to come back because he was predicted to, and then he didn't. So it kind of just... my whole week was ruined. The only reason I got 86 was because of this player, one player basically. But we go on the other side and we can see this fire emoji. Originally, I had Belardi, I think it is here, and Emerson here. Belardi was probably going to be starting, and then I don't know if there was an injury or something, but basically he wasn't on the bench or anything. So he wasn't even in the matchday squad, so I had to move Emerson from this additional place over here, and then Belardi I had to replace with Zakaria, basically. I did pretty good. I mean, this gentleman right here saved a penalty and kept a clean sheet. Like, he had a storming game, and he scored the goal. So in terms of actually who I picked for the Lyon Le Havre game, I couldn't have picked two better players, I don't think. Zakaria was just because, as I said, I only created this 10 days ago, so I had a limited number of players. Emerson, I like the look of Toulouse. I didn't think they were going to lose to Paris. I didn't expect him to get an assist, but he did. And then Emerson, I was pretty confident he'd have a good game because Marseille are on a good run of form. And I knew it would be close, but yeah. So, here's a bit of an issue with them. I expected Julian Alvarez to score. Valencia aren't playing great. Atletico are just Atletico. And then I expected a clean sheet because Valencia haven't scored that many. And I thought maybe Hanko would get an assist or a goal, because he got a lot of assists this season so far. Same with when he was in the Eredivisie. And Jan Oblak I didn't expect to concede, but he did. However, Bellingham and Rodrigo saved me. Bellingham with the assist to Mbappe for the first goal, and then Rodrigo to get this goal winner. These two, I went from like 120 points, I think it was, maybe 140 or 50, to then bump straight up. This one was just a write-off. I had him in the starting lineup. I had to replace him. I can't remember who with. I swapped him, and then he scored a fucking own goal and got 13 points. And I just, as soon as this game happened, I gave up because it was. I think these three were at similar times, and I just gave up. And then Suarez, as I said, I think I had Danny Ceballos in there, or somebody that wasn't playing, basically. And I basically just had to pick somebody who was playing just to get some points. But to get the fact I got 79th is probably, or maybe even 80th position is crazy. But I expect me to be in the top 30 here, looking at the people around me, basically. Bundesliga. You see I finished in the top 40 for both. That's not awful. what is awful is I was meant to put Kimmich here. I forgot when RB Leipzig were playing, and I ended up forgetting to do it. And he's ruined my score, and a red card for Dortmund did not help either. I did put a lot of faith in Frankfurt to get a result, and in all honesty, he got 59 points, which is a ridiculous amount because obviously he kept a clean sheet. And then he got the goal assist, last man tackle, and he boosted it. And then I expected Cologne to lose, so I put Flecken in goal, and that helped. If one of these had been a better option and got like 50 points, we would have been talking like a good amount. Because look, 0.53 points away. We'd be talking about a different story. Even 44 points away. If I had put Kimmich here instead of Baumgartner, we would have been about 5th, probably. 5th? Nah, probably a bit less. Probably like 8th or 9th. But you know, it is what it is. Like, we're still getting 400 points from our two teams. I'm not too worried. And then obviously this side, Chabot played well because Stuttgart demolished Werder Bremen. The other three, yeah. I mean, he did well for me in a previous game. This one here. He did very well for me in this one. I had him in my squad for that. How do I get back? But yeah, so that one's not too bad. But then we walk into our All-Stars, and this is where we had one game which I expected Newcastle to win. And this one isn't even done. This one's done now. Chukwueze, I expected Burnley to be walked over by Fulham, and it wasn't actually a walkover, but he did have a massive impact. Matson, I expected an easy West Ham win, and that didn't obviously happen, but not a bad score. Bruno, no matter what the score was, I trusted him. Unfortunate injury for Dan Burn. Who the fuck predicted Nottingham Forest to beat Spurs 3-0? Not me. On to this one. I expected a clean sheet. I thought that was the safest bet was to put Raya as captain because it was going to be a clean sheet. And you see I've still got two positions free. And this is the thing. So I'm happy. I've gone a bit separate, but I'm happy to change to when the lineups actually get announced tomorrow. Fofana had an outstanding game. Pedro Neto, as I said, I have him in the All-Star, but I should have put him here as well. But you know, it is what it is. I'm on 238, and I still have Bruno Fernandes and Semenyo. I think I'm going to get 80 points. I think I could get to this point here. I think I can probably end up about 24th, 25th. And I think that's possible because I think I'll get about 80. So I'm on 238. How do I go up? Oh, previous page. I think I'll end about 320. Which would get me 30, maybe even a bit more. If I can get to maybe 335, I'd be happy. Which I don't think is that outrageous because 335 would be about 50 points each. I don't think that's that outrageous. I think he could probably get some score. Semenyo just needs a game, but at the same time, I might end up changing the team. Because who have I got left, really? I'm actually curious who I've got left. Because I don't want to put Petrovic in, and I don't trust Lamens to keep a clean sheet because of the Man United defence. So realistically, looking down, Semenyo is really my only choice. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not even going to change it because I have nobody to change it with. If anything, it's pointed out a weak point in my play. But as I said, we're doing pretty good. I mean, in terms of actual cards I do have 2 limited ones. I got 480 Premier League. I don't know how many it says I have. I don't think it does. But I mean, it says I'm in the top 10% for a lot of them, basically, ish, top 20%. At the same time, I don't think it's that difficult. You just got to open some packs, and I think I'll give you a rundown that. Can I see previous weeks? Oh my god, I can. So this was my first ever one. As you can see, I kind of understood the basis. I didn't exactly know what I was doing. So I just picked whatever players I had, and it turned out Honestly, not bad. I mean, 81st and 82nd, it is what it is. And then last week, yeah, I got up to 10th because I started to get some better players and I started to understand. I also expected Newcastle to absolutely walk through Leverkusen. I can't lie, and I expected a clean sheet again from Oblak. I don't know why I keep expecting clean sheets, but I did a bit better with the Europa League games, apart from the Villarreal one. That was a shock. But yes, and then I obviously got 10th, and I got 400. And obviously you can quite clearly see the progression that I got 500 in 2, and then now at 10, I got like 2,600 maybe, and probably more because I think this will get to 300 by the end. So I wanted to do a rundown. We're doing pretty good. I mean, tomorrow I'll have another gold wheel spin, I believe. Yes, because I'll do the daily objectives and I'll have another gold one. But that is it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.